Crìochan na ALBA, ha rugby club Melrose Rugby in Chesmean bhith a bhalla. Club a bhí cúmach le muintear na scíre, agus a ionadail trona gillean hánig trona gettichin.
I would say Melrose Rugby Club is a huge part of the community. We've got over 600 members now at the club. As part of that, we've got a thriving youth section that will be well over 300, 400 players, aging from your tiniest wee ones up to under 18s at the youth section, and that also includes our Queen Bees programme, which is our girls rugby programme, which is going from strength to strength. The youth part of the club is a massive focus for us ahead of our 150th season next year. Yeah, the club's in a really good place at the moment, and numbers are really healthy, and yeah, excited to see where the club goes across the next few seasons.
We're looking to be charitable status, which we have now, and we're looking for the club to be a real community club. After games, there's probably as many females in here as there are males, which is great, and a lot of youngsters as well. We've got an ideal location. We're just about in the middle of town, so we need the place to be used more, and people feel it's a real community club.
The place on a match day is absolutely buzzing, and it's something we've worked really hard at, is re-engaging with the community, ensuring that it's somewhere that families want to come down to on a match day. But also I think for young people, it's the heart and soul of the town. They're always down here kicking balls around, getting involved in training sessions, and I think having that space for young people to come together, have a sense of belonging, and feel like they have a home away from home is really important, and it's definitely a priority for us as a club. I feel very fortunate that I get to work and play at the club that I grew up playing at. It's a club that means a lot to me and my family and the town.
Ochion Gyorich, ha ferelage a voucher and archer, Finn Douglas, a chill Garashku Melrose, is Jay Grish Anson Rank.
It was mainly my agent at the time that secured my deal for me in France. There's a group on Facebook and I posted on that, and clubs from all over the world reached out, from Australia, New Zealand, and all over Europe, America as well. I would probably say French is known for playing loose rugby, and it suits me quite well being a back three player, so that's probably my reasoning why I decided to go there. Initially adjusting to life in France was really tough, especially the biggest one obviously being the language barrier, but over there we were offered French lessons 2 times a week for 2 hours, so that helped a lot. After my first game, I found out in the changing rooms just after that the ritual was to get your head shaved, which was quite a humbling time in my life. It was quite difficult, but anyway, luckily it's grown back.
One of the most pleasing things about this season for me is seeing a lot of guys come back to the club, a lot of Melrose guys playing at the club. Finn Douglas came back from France. He's been a great addition both on and off the pitch. He brings a lot of energy. I think that's probably one of the most pleasing things, is seeing guys coming back to the club, really enjoying the rugby and making the most of it.
Really good returning home. I learnt a lot when I was away, but being back at Melrose Rugby Club, when I came out of school, I went straight away. So I didn't really get time to play men's senior rugby at Melrose. So now I feel like I'm enjoying being back here and playing with my mates every weekend.
Ha còmhstri a bhí ainiche a Scippian rugby ansna Crìochan trona blianachin.
I think if you look at the history of rugby in the Borders, it's always been highly competitive. We recently had our Boxing Day fixture against Gala, and we had over 2,500 people here, which for a Borders game of rugby is brilliant.
The whole rivalry in the Borders is amazing, but I think in a lot of ways we have to try and help each other as well. To have 4 border teams in the Premiership is quite amazing. There should probably just be 1 team in the Borders that is in the Premiership, or maybe 2, but to have 4 in a small area, small numbers. So the rivalry helps in a lot of ways. Like our game against Selkirk on Friday night will be well supported. So you tend to look at the crowds when the border teams play each other. They're big. They're bigger than probably any other games. So yeah, the rivalry is still there, but we have to help each other and support each other as well.
Geta ha còmhstri and has chlúich sa bhith rivalries na Crìochan, ha focus Melrose in this darna Leis season, eis na surin fine amachas.
The season's probably not went as planned, to be honest with you. We've picked up a lot of losing bonus points, a lot of tight games that haven't quite went our way, but I feel like we're still building towards something next year. Obviously next year's the 150th anniversary of Melrose Rugby, so even though we've not had the season that we've wanted to have, there's a great togetherness here, and I would say for the rest of the season the biggest goal for the team will just be trying to do what everybody knows here anyway, what we can do. We've not necessarily showed our full strengths this season, but I feel like that'll be to come.
The atmosphere at the club's brilliant, and despite some of the really frustrating and tough losses, it's definitely not impeded morale. If anything, sometimes it brings you closer together. Going through a bit of adversity. The change room's in a good place. The social side of club's really strong as well. Clubhouse has been packed full after most games, which has been great. And yeah, I think there's a real closeness building within the squad, and I think if we can keep that together, building into next season, we'll be in a really good place.
Ha Melrose a bhí ruich a bhua fat ciat is cucket bliadhna. Stocha go bhfuil na dúlanach go defrite inis, ach ca fairich gin choimhearsnachd ag Crìochan scepa hás chluich sa bhaid riamh.